Hey everybody, it's Nicole or Nikki Bricks here, and as you can see today we are going to be taking a look at the new LEGO Star Wars Diorama collection set, Dagobah Jedi Training, which basically is Yoda's hut, but I very much see how we got this name, seeing as the whole display scene is about Luke Skywalker training. So today's video is brought to you by a brief study break that I am taking. I am in the middle of writing a bunch of research papers for finals right now, and I was just desperate for some entertainment, so here we are. Luckily, being a diorama set, this set is detailed in a display manner kind of way, but not in a playability way, so it's going to be very nice and easy to show you guys what's going on here. Being a display set, the back is not anything particularly exciting, but we will come back and take a look at the inside of Yoda's hut there. So like all diorama sets, the front does have a plaque with a saying, and of course here we have the iconic Yoda quote, "Do or do not, there is no try." Perfect selection for this set if you ask me. And of course, as you can see, you do get 3 minifigures, 2 of which are exclusive, and you get Master Yoda, who personally I've never gotten him before, so I am very excited to have Master Yoda finally in my collection, as well as 2 really awesome new minifigures. So before we really get into this set, we are going to take a look at those minifigures. So first up here we do have Luke Skywalker, who is looking amazing. He has these 2 new exclusive prints. Exclusive because they have never been made before. And it's just his typical, training tank top and kind of cargo pants that he wore on Dagobah. And what's different about this figure is mainly just, the lines on his torso here. They kind of cleaned up the pockets on his pants. And he does look really, really nice. I think this is one of my favorite Luke figures that I have now, but that is mostly to do with his face expressions. I love this force face thing that we have going on here. It just looks amazing. And on the back, of course, we do have that Luke Skywalker sort of distressed face of his. But yeah, personally, this force look that he has, it just looks amazing, especially when you stick one of his arms up and make it look like he is using the force. This is just a really solid figure. Next up, we'll take a look at Master Yoda, who has appeared in other sets before. I do not actually have a Master Yoda in my collection though, so it was really exciting for me to get this figure. You can see he's wearing just his printed robes, got some hair on the back here. I like that his hood is kind of hanging down behind his back. The belt wraps all the way around, of course, and he does have his walking cane. I don't really see them being able to improve this figure all that much, so I very much appreciate this figure. I think he's got the best custom molded head that he could have. So no complaints with this guy right here. Now here we have another really exciting exclusive figure for a lot of people, and this is R2-D2. Now he's exclusive because for the first time he is 1, covered in mud and all the way around the back, but 2, because he has a back. He finally has double-sided printing that looks absolutely amazing. It is incredibly detailed at that. You can also see that his head printing carries on that muddy, detailed look. And this is just, certainly the coolest R2 in my collection, and I'm really happy that they decided to add this level of detail, especially throwing him into this diorama set was, I think, really, really cool. I think personally for me, this looks really funny. I think personally for me, the minifigure selection and this set compared to the other 2 is just by far superior, and it's my favorite diorama set, in part because of the Luke and R2 minifigures. So now the diorama here is looking absolutely amazing. There's so much that I love about this set. I don't remember if I said it already, but this is definitely my favorite. I just think that it's the best looking overall. And if you're comparing like how much you pay versus what you get, I think this is the best trade-off in that sense also. So this is the training on Dagobah. We do have Yoda's hut. Got some crazy moss and trees just all over the place. It looks really, really good. We've got some shrubbery growing all around the swamp area. And noticeably, you can see that all of these green tiles are individually placed. I thought that I was going to dread having to do that, but as someone who really likes Lego art, I actually found that it was really enjoyable to put all of those studs down individually. However, I will say prepare yourself because I think there are over 200 individual studs that you place down. So it does take some time. It is an entire bag in itself. But I also think that if you had just had rows or those long strips of Lego pieces instead of individual studs, it would not have looked as good. Of course, sticking out of the swamp there, you have Luke's X-Wing, which is a super cool feature. I love the way that they have it tilted. They have you put it on one of those Technic pieces that kind of turns. You can't really, yeah, it's not mobile, but it's just at the perfect angle. And it looks amazing when you have Luke there trying to raise it out of the swamp. Also love this printed piece right here. That is another really cool thing about these diorama sets. At least this one, but I'm pretty sure that it's all diorama sets. Do not come with any sticker pieces. In the back there are also a couple of boxes. There's nothing in them, but you can assume they have food, supplies, training things, and they are just kind of buried back there behind some of these shrubs. And then if we move on to the front here, you'll notice that there is a small transparent piece right there. And that is specifically so that you can have your Luke Skywalker figure just kind of hanging on and practicing his force wielding. You could certainly do a better job than I did propping him up there, but you get the idea. You can kind of replicate that scene where Yoda's having him balance upside down while he practices with the force. And it just looks, I mean, really, really cool. But moving on to the left, you do have Yoda's actual hut, and again, this not being a playset, there's nothing really for you to do here. They do have you place a little snake on the inside of the hut there. I think the design of like the tree limbs going up and around, kind of being a part of his hut, is really, really cool. His hut just kind of blends into the trees here, and as you can see, this corner does have some smoke coming out of his hut, and that's because his little kitchen is right there. There's a pot with some gross green goo in there, his lightsaber kind of hiding up at the top. And in the back is actually his little bunk, which he is a little too thick to fit in there. You can, of course, try to lay him down, but it doesn't really work well because he kind of slips out of the bed. But what's also really cool is if you'll notice that blue transparent piece kind of hiding behind his bunk, that is supposed to be a holocron, which I just thought was pretty interesting. And of course, there is literally nothing else going on in the back here. And there's no room for you to kind of move minifigures around because the diorama is not a playset. So that is literally all that there is to really show you guys about this set. Again, I just think that this is the most impressive diorama set. I think it's beautiful, well designed. I love the displayability with the minifigures, especially Luke using the Force on the X-Wing here. And honestly, the experience building this was just so much fun. It kind of earned a spot as one of my favorite LEGO Star Wars sets ever, and I highly recommend picking this up if you're not sure which one to get. This is the middle-priced diorama set. Your other options being the astronomically priced garbage compactor, trash compactor set, or the trench run set, which is also very cool. I'm not gonna lie, I like them both. They're just, as you know, picking one for the time being, this was the one that made the most sense to me. So that is it for this review, you guys. Do let me know what you think of this set. I am especially interested in hearing if you guys would want more diorama sets in the future, perhaps at a more reasonably priced price point. I am really hoping that since we got 3 original trilogy sets for this first round of this collection, that maybe next year we'll get a few more and at least one of them would be prequels based. That would be so exciting. I know personally if they were prequels based, it would be a lot harder for me to resist not buying all of them. So let me know what other kind of diorama sets you would want to see in the future. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to like, it means the world. And subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day. Good luck with finals if you are a student. You've got this, I got this, we can get through it. Thanks again so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you next time.